During America's bicentennial year of 1976, Reverend Sun Myung Moon felt called to give an address concerning our nation's role in building a world of peace and prosperity. He first spoke at the Yankee Stadium with the topic, America is God's Hope. This had been a massive undertaking for young members of the unification movement, but within just weeks of this event, Reverend Moon felt called to speak to us again, this time at the Washington Monument. And he wanted to do this within just 40 days.
The Washington Monument is really the largest assembly place in America and the most symbolic. He was determined to gather at least 300,000 people. His view was that this might be his last chance to speak to those people. This might be their last chance to hear from him directly.
Everybody knew that 40 days was almost impossible and it would be an incredibly difficult job. Key leaders assigned me, Mike Leary, to come to Washington, D.C. and start the Washington Monument campaign. From that, it grew into something that our members all around the world were working on.
Father told Japanese young members, I will take you to United States because United States is the cradle of democracy. Our team visited all senior citizens' home in Northwest Washington, D.C. They should also come to the monument and enjoy for what they have contributed to this country.
By this time, our members had become really skillful at knowing how to go out into neighborhoods, do it at the grassroots level.
We would go out in Philadelphia and we would talk to people, and everybody that we talked to absolutely knew that it was about Reverend Moon and about his speech. So everybody was very excited to come to this celebration and to hear Reverend Moon speak.
I got invited by the TV ads that were talking about meet us at the monument, I believe was the tag phrase, and the greatest fireworks show on earth.
We mobilized under Reverend Vincent, and they offered transportation back and forth, everything for a small fee.
Our buses went around to assigned locations, picking up groups of people. And I couldn't believe how many were actually prepared and waiting for us. My bus filled up really quickly, and we got on the BW Parkway to come down to DC.
I had a viewpoint from the stage, and I saw the grounds filling up, and they got fuller and fuller, and as I looked out over the tops and the faces all looking up at the stage, and this sea of people, and I thought, we did it.
Just before Father was to come out, I was to sing this song. When I walked out on stage, I couldn't believe it. It looked like millions of people. I was so nervous and overwhelmed by the energy, I almost fainted. But at that moment, I saw a man stand up in the audience in the front row. That was my father. And when I saw my dad, suddenly my spirit came back. And at that moment, all my singing and all the energy came through.
It's a happy day! Everybody clap along with us! Oh, happy day! Yeah! Oh, happy day! Oh, happy day! When we get together, and we get all together.
Our speaker this evening, the Reverend Sun Myung Moon.
민족적으로 결성된 미국은 통일 세계의 모형이니 미국의 날이 센 하나님의 축복은 미국만을 위한 축복이 아니라 하나님이 다 같은 자녀로서의 전 세계 형제 자매들에게 나눠 주어야 할 축복인 것을 확실히 알고.
The speech was amazing. It was about America and God's will. And he challenged the crowd. He started talking about building heaven and America as a prototype, as a place where religious unity existed, but also as a place where all people could come together. And he talked about taking the blessings that America had received and bringing those blessings to the entire world.
여러분의 시점에서 하나님은 애절하게 외치사나니 하나님께서 200년간 준비하신 미국은 크게 각성하고 하나님께서 분부하신 중차대한 세계적 사명을 다하여야 할 것입니다. 세상 천국 건설의 기초가 되어야 합니다.
It was an exhilarating feeling that we could come together and accomplish something that great for true parents, that Father could proclaim God's message and that we could end up having a success there.
세상 천국 건설의 기초가 되어야 합니다. 예고국은 오늘 각성하여야 합니다. 내일이면 늦습니다. May God bless you.
The place was overflowing. The event was a phenomenal success, and that really capped our campaigns in America.